Welcome back to RXMuscle News Update. And today's update is about our good friend north of the border from Canada, Mahmoud Al Durrah, who just won the 212 Pro division at the Vancouver Pro. And you predicted it here on the show, and I promised you if you won that show, we'd get you back.
That's
Talk
right.
to us a little bit about how it feels to be going to the Olympia this year.
Man, it kind of didn't hit me, like I'm not really mentally there, as in like, is this really happening? Am I going to the Olympia? I just turned pro like a few months ago.
I know, we just interviewed you.
So it's a pretty great feeling. I have to be honest, I think I was happier placing fourth in New York because I had no expectations whatsoever on how I'd stack on my first show. But I think going into Vancouver, I was a lot more confident.
Of course, I'm sure you were, because to get that first show under your belt is kind of takes the nerves away, and now now you're in your hometown, so to speak. You're in Canada, so it's got to feel a little more comfortable for you competing up there. It was kind of weird because they had the Chicago Pro on the same weekend as the Vancouver, and it kind of split the lineup. Personally, I feel you would have won if you would have combined the lineups from both shows. I think you still would have won. Was that a strategic move on your part to do the Vancouver or instead of the Chicago, or was it just because you live in Canada you decided to go first?
Honestly, I think so too. I came in 4 pounds heavier than I did in Toronto, or even more, 5 pounds heavier. I weighed in Toronto on scale at 194, 195.
Right.
With clothes. I remember I told you I put stuff in my clothes just In Vancouver, I was 201.
Better look for you. Yeah, better look for you.
It's a better look. I was a lot fuller, bigger, same condition, and I was pretty confident. It wasn't really much of a strategic thing. I think it was just because like Vancouver's closer to me than just flying to the States and the border and everything.
Right.
And going to the States in general, like I'm brown, so airports are not the funnest experiences. So I was like, it's just.
Do you get profiled at these airports?
I'm always the guy who is randomly selected. Yeah. You
are. And you feel they're doing that because you are Arabic?
I don't care, man.
I know you don't care, but you don't care, but you do.
Like, when you're in Rome, do like the Romans. This is how they do things. I'm okay with it. I got nothing to hide. Want to check my bags? Check my bags. It's fine. But yeah, I'm always the guy who's step on the side, sir, please.
Now, do you think they make you step to the side because you're double prejudiced against you because you got the Arabic thing going, and then you're also a bodybuilder, which is that'd be worse,
That's true. It's just it's red X all over.
That's right. I actually thought that I was going to see more Iranian 212 guys in the Vancouver lineup because evidently if you're Iranian you can't go to the U.S. but you can go to Canada.
No, man, they didn't get the visas. People don't understand. You guys, like people who see social media thinking Canada is all like, yeah, bring them all in. It's not true, man.
Oh, it's not true. Oh, wow.
It's not true. It's just as hard to get a visa to Canada as it is in the States. And if you get rejected in the States once, that's it. You're forget getting a visa to Canada.
Oh, really? So I didn't even realize that. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than people think.
It's kind of crazy, and I said this before. I said, professional athletes should have exemption from these what they're doing to these people, and not letting them into these countries because athletes are like. I remember back when Russia was the Soviet Union and it was a communist country, and for them to travel overseas was a big deal, and because they were afraid people were going to defect and everything like that. But the professional athletes were always exempt from the restrictions of travel because it was for competition. I always thought that the athletics were held above all the political tensions in this world, and I guess it's not. It's kind of sad, but
it's sad. Like we have nothing to do with anything. And you know what? Like since we're on the topic, did you read some of the comments that were on our last video?
I can only imagine. Am I a Muslim sympathizer now? Sympathizer?
No, see, my son watches the videos too, and like he's 7, And one of the comments, when you talked about my burns, one of the comments was like, because he was making a bomb.
Oh, really? People are so stupid. I wish I would. You got to point those things out to me. I'll remove them out of those comments.
It's not that. I'm glad I'm saying it so people can understand. Like, guys, like it's not cool that my son comes and asks me, Dad, were you making a bomb when that fire happened? Like, we're athletes. We have nothing to do with religion, politics, or any of that thing. We just love bodybuilding. We're going to wherever country to compete, to have fun, and to just to be involved in something that we really love doing.
That's why I always like there's a lot of things about bodybuilding that's messed up. But I will say one thing, and maybe some people will disagree with me. I have yet to see any prejudice. It's the only venue where I see all people from all walks of life, whether they be black, white, Asian, Arabic, Jewish, Italian, transgender, gay. No one judges anyone in the bodybuilding world. Everyone is like kind of cool with everything that anyone does, and all we're interested in is how much freaking muscle you have and how ripped you are. That's it. That's what we judge you on.
Yeah, that's what's beautiful about bodybuilding, man. Is that we're a small community relative to all the other bigger sports. So I think that's why in a sense, we take care of each other more. We don't judge each other, and everyone gets along. Especially the athletes, everyone gets along with each other, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, the worst argument you have is whether the guy thinks that your waist is not small enough, or your abs are not, or your glutes are not ripped enough. That's the only thing that people criticize each other about. And if that's the only criticism you have, that's you're living in a blessed world. That's for sure, because it's so superficial. So what's next for you now? I guess you're just gonna get ready for the Olympia, right?
I need some. I'm taking like a few days off. I still train, but from the diet, I'm taking a few days off. I'm still actually doing my morning cardio because the rebound is just
brutal.
It's horrible, man. God damn.
You look like you gained about 25 pounds already.
Yeah, something. I hope you. I wish you didn't say that because now my coach is gonna know. I told him 18.
Well, it's 18 pounds of water. The rest is maybe like a little. You probably gained 2 pounds of muscle if I know your physique.
Probably, I don't know. I'm taking a few days off. I'm traveling this weekend for four days with my wife, and we had a trip booked. A trip booked right after Toronto. But when I had a conversation with Flex Lewis backstage in Toronto, and he told me, keep going. He's like, I heard of you in New York, and I saw you now in Toronto, and, he said, strike when the axe is hot.
Right.
He's like, don't disappear. And actually that kind of, resonated in me. And I just told my wife, about it. It's so weird. I'm actually close to qualifying for the Olympia. And she had no idea.
Oh.
So she's like, okay, so we're back on prep. I'm like, no, we have a trip booked. So she actually told me cancel the trip. And she's
wow.
Like, she said she's not going on that trip unless I do Vancouver first. And I canceled it, did Vancouver, and now it's well earned. We're going hopefully this weekend.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Your arms look like they're about 24 inches right now. Give us a little arm shot there. See what you look like. Flex. It's pretty good. It's pretty impressive. For a 212 guy, you look like an open guy with the size of your package.
I think they measure 20.
Yeah, that's impressive. How tall are you again?
I'm 5'6.5". I tell girls I'm 5'7".
So let's put it this way. What do we got? About 8 or 9 weeks to the Olympia. You go on your trip. You come back. You get into prep mode, 100%. And what do you fly in a week before? How do you do the Olympia thing? Because you got to make weight, right? Well, you making weight for you is easy though, so that doesn't really matter.
I don't have a problem with weight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in Vegas hopefully maybe Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday. I don't like showing up too early. For me it's more of an in and out kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I go in a couple of days before. Just for the tanning. I don't know if I'm going to be on the press conference or not. I think it's usually people who win pro shows that get to be on the press conference.
You just won a pro show.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's that or the guys who are previously from last year.
Oh, yeah, who knows?
I don't know, but just in case, I'm going in a day early. But man, like I'm going to unleash a complete new demon for this prep.
I hope.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be dangerous on that Olympia stage. I do. I think that people got to watch out for you.
No one ever predicted I'd place well in New York. No one predicted I'd win a pro show. Every time I see these pages, they're always hyping. I can't say anything. I'm not that kind of guy who would say anything online at all.
Right.
But I just was this close to being like, you guys are hyping the wrong guy. And I gained every show. I was better than the one before. My body loves dieting. It just reacts so well to lower calories and higher intensity workouts. It responds well to cardio. I've gained 2 pounds maybe between New York and Toronto, and at least another 4 between Toronto and Vancouver. And this time I have 8 weeks.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you up on that stage, and good luck with the prep. Enjoy your vacation, and keep us updated. And I hope to be interviewing you in that top 5 winner circle at the Olympia.
That's the goal. I need that top 5 to qualify again for next year.
Yeah. Enjoy, the fruits of your labor. Congratulations on the big win.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Appreciate it. God bless you.
All right. That'll take us to the end of another RXMuscle news update. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.